how to listen and share opinions in discussion. Do you talk to people, at people, or with people? People who talk at you will listen to themselves. They leave no space for a response. People who talk with you are keen for you to join in. People who talk to you consider you and your response carefully. Listening is an essential skill and important element of any discussion. Effective listeners do not just hear what is being said. They think about it and actively process it. Be an active listener and do not let your attention drift. Stay attentive and focus on what's being said. Identify the main ideas being discussed. Evaluate what's being said. Think about how it relates to the main ideas or the theme of the tutorial discussion. Listen with an open mind and be receptive to new ideas as well as points of view. Think about how they fit into what you have already learned. You can test your understanding while listening. Mentally paraphrase what other speakers say. Retell it in your own words. You can also ask yourself questions as you listen. Take notes during class about things to which you could respond. Most importantly, keep an open mind. You may have your own opinion, but the opinions of others should be respected and listened to. Asking for clarification. In an academic discussion, you will need to listen to many different speakers and try to follow their lines of argument. This is not always easy, even for native speakers, and there may be times when you get confused or lost. In such instances, it can be useful to ask the speaker a question or to ask for clarification. The verb to clarify means to make something clearer, and so the response should help to make the information clearer and easier for the listener to understand. The speaker is likely to paraphrase the information and give additional detail to aid understanding. Asking questions. You can say, I have a question. I have got a question about. Can I ask a question? Sorry, could I just ask? Asking for clarification. You can say, sorry, I didn't understand what you said about. Oh, I didn't quite understand what you meant about. What did you mean about? What did you mean by? Oh, could you explain? Could you tell me more about? I didn't quite follow that. Could you explain again? In addition to asking for clarification, you may wish to ask questions to track your understanding. In order to do this, you will have to repeat or paraphrase what the speaker has just said. You can track your understanding by the following ways. So what you are saying is that? So you mean that? Or are you saying that? You can also say, if I understood you correctly, your point is that. Once you have asked for a clarification or checked for understanding, it's useful to respond to show whether you now understand or not, so that the speaker can either continue or to provide more explanation. You can respond in the following ways. Yes, I see. Yes, that's clear now. Okay, thanks. That's fine now. Oh, sorry, I still don't understand. I'm sorry, but could you explain that one more time? How to voice opinion in groups effectively. 3 steps to voice opinion. Voicing your opinion and using effective arguing techniques are valuable skills. Participating in a tutorial discussion can be a bit intimidating, especially when you want to disagree with a point of view and isn't sure how to or of which language structure to use. You may have a great idea, but you need to communicate effectively and support it. The 3 essential parts to a point of view are: Part 1, a valid opinion, or a believable point of view. You can say, I believe that. I think that. From what I understand. As I understand it, I think. It seems to me that, as far as I'm concerned, I feel that my view is, it's my will that, in my opinion, I would say that, for me, from what I understand, you can give your reasons in the following ways. This is due to, because, or since. What I mean by this is, due to the fact that, as a result of something, as a consequence of giving evidence, you need to give relevant and up-to-date examples, statistics, explanations, and expert opinions. If you have actual data, examples, or expert opinions on hand, refer to the sources. You can say, this can be seen by, for instance, for example. An example can be seen. Someone states that, or someone suggests that. Statistics indicate. How to disagree effectively? You may be trying to disapprove another speaker's points, but it's also important to disagree politely and to keep the discussion moving in the right direction. Try the following 3 steps to use when disagreeing with another speaker. First, acknowledge their thoughts or ideas. You can say, I can see your point. However, this is a good point, but I see what you mean. However, yes, okay, but I accept that, but that may be true, but I take your point, but I'm afraid I don't think that's right. I can see your point. However, that's a good point, but I don't really agree with you. I see what you are getting at, but I'm not so sure about. I see where you are coming from, but I agree up to a point, but yes, but what about? Step 2, then explain why you disagree. You can say, that's not always the case because, or that's not necessarily true because, the idea isn't supported by statistics or evidence. I thought the author meant that. Step 3, offer your opinion complete with reason and support. You can say, from what I have read, the statistics seem to indicate that. I think what Ernest Hemingway may actually be suggesting is, other studies by Karl Marx show that. Remember, confidence is the key. If you do your tutorial preparation and think things through, you can speak with confidence and believe what your contribution will be valid.